Most people invest their money in whatever order feels right, and most people retire with way less than they should have. Those two things are not a coincidence. The problem isn't that people aren't trying, it's that nobody ever showed them the actual sequence, and the sequence matters more than almost anything else. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact order your money should move, step by step, like a GPS. Just don't skip to step 8 before step 2. Just follow the route. Before we get into the list, I want you to picture this as a waterfall. Your money flows down, and each level has to fill up completely before it overflows into the next one. The mistake most people make isn't that they're investing in bad things, it's that they're pouring water into level 7 when levels 2 and 3 are completely empty. That's what this video fixes. Step 1. Emergency fund. The very first thing your money should do before a single dollar touches the market is build a cash buffer. 3 to 6 months of essential expenses sitting in a high-yield savings account. Not a regular savings account that pays you almost nothing, a high-yield savings account that actually works while it waits. Right now, a lot of these accounts are paying between 4 and 5%. Your emergency fund doesn't have to be dead money. Here's why this comes first. According to Bankrate, only about 41% of Americans could cover an unexpected $1,000 expense from their savings. That means the majority of people are one car repair or one medical bill away from going into credit card debt, which unravels everything else you're trying to build. Your emergency fund is the bumper that keeps you in the game when life does what life does, and it will. So protect the rest of your plan by building this first. How much exactly? It depends on your situation. A stable, dual-income household might be fine with 3 months. A freelancer, a single-income family, or anyone in a volatile industry should push towards 6 months or more. Match the size to your actual risk. Step 2. Match your 401k up to the employer. Here's where things get interesting. But before that, if you like more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos like this. And I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. If your employer offers a 401k match, capturing that match is the single highest returning move in all of personal finance. Not crypto, not real estate, not a hot stock tip. Nothing competes. Here's why. Say your employer matches 100% of your contributions up to 4% of your salary. You make $80,000, you put in $3,200, they put in $3,200. That's an instant, guaranteed, risk-free 100% return before the market does a single thing. You doubled your money the moment you contributed. There is no investment on earth that does that. One thing most people skip over, check your vesting schedule. Some companies require you to stay for 2 or 3 years before that match money is officially yours. If you're planning to leave soon, know exactly how much you'd be walking away from. It might be worth staying a few extra months. It might not, but you should know the number. Step 3. High-interest debt. The stock market has historically returned around 10% a year on average. That sounds great until you realize you're paying 20% interest on a credit card at the same time. Every dollar you invest while carrying high-interest debt is mathematically losing ground. Paying off a 20% credit card is a guaranteed 20% return. The market can't promise you that. Draw your line at around 6 to 7%. Anything above that, most credit cards, high-rate personal loans, attack it aggressively before investing further. List everything out, the balance and the interest rate on each. Then either smallest balance to largest for the psychological momentum or highest interest to lowest for the pure math. Both methods work. The best one is the one you'll actually stick to. Once this debt is gone, you'll be shocked at how much monthly cash flow suddenly opens up. People don't realize how much their debt is quietly eating until it's gone. Step 4. Roth IRA. This might be the most powerful account available to everyday Americans, and it's the one most people either underuse or completely ignore. Here's the core idea. You contribute money you've already paid taxes on, and from that point forward, it grows completely tax-free. When you retire and start pulling money out, you pay 0 taxes, not reduced taxes, 0. For 2026, the contribution limit is $7,500 if you're under 50 and $8,600 if you're 50 or older. To contribute the full amount as a single filer, your income needs to be under $153,000 or under $242,000 if you're married filing jointly. If your income is above those thresholds, there's a strategy called the backdoor Roth IRA. That's a whole separate video, but it exists and it works. Here's the angle that doesn't get talked about enough. Nobody knows what the tax landscape looks like in 20 or 30 years. Tax rates could be higher, the rules could change. When you put money into a Roth IRA today, you are locking in your current tax rate on that money forever. You're hedging against future uncertainty with the best tool available. That's not just smart investing, that's smart planning. Step 5. HSA. If you're covered by a high-deductible health plan, pay very close attention here because this account is the most tax-efficient vehicle in the entire U.S. tax code, and most people treat it like a debit card for doctor visits instead of the investment account that it actually is. The HSA has what's called a triple tax advantage. Your contributions go in pre-tax, the money grows tax-free, and withdrawals for qualified medical expenses come out tax-free. No other account does all three. For 2026, you can contribute up to $4,400 for individual coverage or $8,750 for family coverage. If you're 55 or older, you can add another $1,000 on top of that. Here's the move most people miss. Don't spend it on every copay and prescription. Pay those out of pocket now. Keep the receipts and let the HSA grow invested in index funds. There's no deadline on reimbursing yourself. You can claim those medical expenses years or even decades later. And once you hit 65, the HSA essentially becomes a second traditional IRA. You can withdraw for anything and just pay regular income tax. This account is wildly underused. If you qualify, max it. Step 6. Max out the full 401k. You already grabbed the employer match back at Step 2. Now you come back and fill the whole thing. For 2026, the employee contribution limit is $24,500. If you're 50 or older, you can contribute up to an additional $8,000 on top of that. Every dollar you put in here reduces your taxable income right now. On a $100,000 salary, maxing your 401k could drop your taxable income down to roughly $75,500, and depending on your situation, that might actually push you into a lower tax bracket entirely. It's a retirement contribution and a tax cut at the same time. One thing worth thinking about if your plan offers it: traditional versus Roth 401k. Traditional reduces your taxes now. Roth means tax-free withdrawals later. If you think taxes will be higher when you retire, lean Roth. If you think lower, lean traditional. Not sure? Split the contribution. You don't have to pick one or the other. Step 7. Taxable brokerage account. You only get here after every tax-advantaged account before is maxed. This is the overflow tank, the last investment vehicle, not the first. And yet, it's the one most people open first because it's the most accessible. That order is backwards, and it costs you decades of tax-free compounding. In a taxable brokerage account, there are no tax advantages, no limits, and no restrictions on when you can withdraw. Complete flexibility. What you put in here matters. Broad, low-cost index funds like VTI or VOO are ideal because they generate minimal taxable events while they grow. Keep it boring in here. Step 8. Low-interest debt and mortgage. Debt below about 5 or 6% is a different conversation. A 3% mortgage in a world where the market historically returns 10%, the math says invest the difference. Over 30 years, that gap compounds into a significant number. But math isn't everything. There's a psychological return to being completely debt-free that is real and that is valuable. Zero debt changes how you make decisions. It changes how much risk you're willing to take. It changes how you sleep at night. If carrying a mortgage into retirement bothers you, pay it down. That peace of mind has a real dollar value, even if a spreadsheet doesn't capture it. The framework is simple. If the rate is below 5% and your timeline is long, invest the difference into index funds. If you're within 10 years of retirement or the debt is genuinely weighing on you, pay it off and move forward lighter. Here's the whole journey one more time. Emergency fund, 401k match, high interest debt, Roth IRA, HSA, max the 401k, taxable account, low interest debt. That's it. That's the route. You don't have to be on step 7 to be doing something right. If you're on step 1 or 2 right now, that is the correct place to be. Just don't skip steps because they feel less exciting than opening a brokerage account. The boring steps at the beginning of the map are what make everything below them actually work. And if you want to understand the investing terms people use all the time, check out this video too. It'll make everything a lot easier to follow. And trust me, it's going to help you out a ton.